everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about groups that I stan, and specifically, the reasons why I stan them. You know, I always talk about the good songs, or maybe the bad songs that my favorite groups have, but I never really talk about why I like these groups in the first place. And I thought it would be fun to give you all a little bit of insight into why I love these groups so much. And there's gonna be a bunch of different reasons too. For some of them, it's like their concept. For some of them, it's their B-sides. For some of them, it's their title tracks. For some of them, it's one specific member. For others, it's one specific song. We're gonna try to keep things interesting. And by the way, for all of these groups and artists, there is not only one reason why I stan them. You know, there's a multitude of different reasons. But I'm just gonna be focusing on the main one for this video. You know, like the primary motivation. And I hope you all enjoy getting to know me, or I guess getting to know my relationships with these groups. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. And I guess without further ado, let's get into the first group. I will never drop this agenda that I'm pushing of the boys having the best title tracks of the 4th generation, because it is true. Tell me a 4th gen boy group that has put out a title track better than DDD. I can't. I literally can't. Okay. Maybe MCND on a good day, but that's only because I'm very biased. Because it's unfair and rude to all of the other 4th gen boy groups that the boys have No Air, DDD, The Stealer, and Reveal in their discography. Who allowed that to happen? Leave some good music for the rest of us, you know? Because for all of the other groups, they fluctuate. Every once in a while they have a hit, and then all the other times they have relatively decent title tracks. When it comes to the boys, every single one is an absolute showstopper. And don't you dare say what about Thrill Ride, Maverick, or Right Here, because I will defend those songs with my life, especially right here. But I will give you Boy and their Japanese discography. I cannot defend them. But everything else, don't even try to insult any of their other title tracks. No, you are not allowed to. As someone who loves MCND, Stray Kids, and Ateez, I have something to say. I think Soyeon is the best rapper in 4th gen. No exceptions. Because something about each and every single one of her verses ever is just on another level. Like Dum Dee Dum Dee, Senorita, La Da Ta, it does not get better than that. There's just not a single 4th gen rapper whose vocal color and delivery I like more than Soyeon's. And I just know I would not like a single I-dle Gidle song as much as I do if Soyeon was not in the group. How is she so amazing? How is she so brilliant? How is she so divine? I don't know. But she is one of the most, if not the most talented individual that I follow in the music scene, and she just blows me away every single time. I don't know how else to say it. Everybody say it with me. Soyeon supremacy. Thank you. Can you give the Brave Girls treatment to a disbanded group? Because if you can, I need that to happen to Ladies Code. Because they have the best discography of 29 songs that I have ever heard. And I'm being 100% serious when I say they have the best discography ever, and I'm sadly serious when I say they have 29 songs. Because pause this video right now and listen to Galaxy, and I think the music will speak for itself. You know, I don't need to convince you all how good their music is. I just need you to actually listen to it, and then you will understand. Because sometimes, not always, but sometimes music transcends words, and Ladies Code's discography does that every single time. And I'm just saying, you can do yourself a favor and listen to it, or you can miss out and not. That's up to you, but I do hope that you all make the right decision. Honestly, to be completely honest, I've ran out of positive things to say about MCND. I've said every single thing at this point, so let me just list off 24 reasons why I love MCND. Top Gang, Into the Ice Age, Stereotypes, Hey You, Spring, Intro Earth Age, Na Na Na, Breathe, Beautiful, Galaxy, Bumpin', Outro Kepler 1649C, Intro MCND Age, Crush, Louder, KOOK, Player, Outro, Not Over, Catwaltz, Bow Wow Wow, HBC, and Play Pungak. Thank you. Hey you. Yeah, you specifically. You whose favorite group falls under the Teen Crush category. Do you want to know who did it first? Or at least do you want to know who coined it? Yeah, that's right, Weki Meki. It's time that we respect everything that Weki Meki has done for the industry. Because why did Crush, their most popular title track, not even get a quarter of the recognition that it deserved? Weki Meki deserve reparations. They deserve their artificial Brave Girls moment. It doesn't even need to be organic at this point. We can just ask the charts to give them a little boost, because all of the charts' favorite groups nowadays were inspired by Weki Meki. For legal purposes, this is a joke. No, but seriously, Weki Meki do deserve better, and I will never forgive K-pop stans for not giving them the recognition that they deserve. Unless you make them famous this year. If you do that, I will absolutely forgive you, but for now, doesn't look like that's gonna happen, so yeah, I'm mad. If you can understand what I'm trying to say with this section, because I feel like I'm gonna go on a rant that nobody's gonna get, but here we go. So when it comes to Oneus, I feel like they don't usually have like amazing, fantastic show-stopping songs, but I feel like they generally have above average music. Does that make sense? Besides Black Mirror, Valkyrie, and some of their B-sides, none of Oneus' songs have truly blown me away or changed my life, but there are very, very few Oneus songs that I would ever skip. Like whenever Oneus drops a new comeback, I always add about 80% of the songs into my playlist. And out of their entire discography, I would only say that there are about 8 skips, and they have a pretty big discography. Most of those skips are on the No Diggity album, by the way. And when I think of Oneus and their music, I generally just have positive thoughts about it. You know, someone asks me, what do you think about Oneus? And I'll just respond, oh yeah, that's a good group. I like that group. Very, very solid group. Oneus is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you don't, let's just move on. Who's gonna remind me that Ateez have immaculate B-sides? Because why did I have to remind myself by listening to their entire discography again? Not that I'm mad that I re-listened to Ateez's discography, but I'm just like, wow, I was really missing out. Now this may be controversial, this may upset a lot of people, but I think their best B-side is To The Beat. And that's because it's the peak of their hard-hitting, funky sound, you know? It's just so good. Ateez's whole loud sound that they have going for them works so well, and I'm so glad that they tend to stick to it. I mean, like, you guys know how I feel about their less loud songs. But the ones that fall under their signature genre, you know they have no fear when it comes to their music. Ateez are just high energy, like raw, bam, pow, in your face. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just so good. Like their stage presence, their music, their choreography, it all just works together so well, and I'm so wow, Ateez are just that group, you know. I'm just really obsessed with Ateez right now. I am in my Ateez phase. Ateez, jump on board. Because Planet Minjae is conducting the Ateez train. Here we go. Kang Daniel's Cyan album is the most cozy thing that I have ever listened to. Not a single bad song. If you're into R&B that has a sweet, like, lovely vibe to it, then definitely check out this album. It is so good. It is right up my alley. I think I might have genuinely teared up the first time that I listened to it. Because it's very, I don't know, emotional, nostalgic, I guess? It just tugs at your heartstrings and it always puts me in a really good mood. Something about Kang Daniel's vocal tone just makes you smile. And if you're sappy, like a truly emotional sappy person, this album is meant for you. Check it out, like, genuinely, it is so good. I will wait the 1.5 years that I need to for ONF to come back. I will stay loyal, because their discography, their concept, everything about them, mwah. I would say they paved the way for cyberpunk concepts, but nobody else has really tried to do what they do yet, so they're just unique. And it's made ONF, or On and Off, one of the most special groups in existence. I still don't really know how to pronounce their name, by the way. I call them ONF, but everybody always yells at me. They say, it's On and Off, but it's ONF. Like, that's how it's spelled, so I'm not sure. And ONF kind of activate that nerdy side in me. If you don't know, I'm kind of a pretty big gamer, but I don't talk about it on this channel because this is a K-pop YouTube channel, but I love video games. And listening to ONF, it's like my two worlds are coming together. ONF, or On and Off, hold a very special place in my heart, and I cannot wait for them to come back. And that concludes this video. Thank you all so much for watching. This was pretty fast-paced compared to my usual videos, but I kinda liked it. Let me know what you thought of my commentary style this time. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from me, consider subscribing. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.